Hello there. Okay, so you're welcome to Mentored for Marriage. And here, my intention is to teach and explore on how to succeed in relationship and in marriage. And this is very, very crucial, first and foremost, because the Lord has actually laid this upon my heart for a long time. And oftentimes there are many questions, so many issues that people are facing that requires answers. So I've decided that I'm going to start this podcast anyhow. I'm going to start releasing these YouTube videos for all. So please, if you have your questions, you can send them in. You can comment on the comment section. You can also share this video. But today I'm going to talk about how to guarantee a successful relationship and marriage. How do you guarantee that? Now, most people approach relationships and marriage via emotions. And many people don't really count the cost. They don't really have a clear strategy on how to succeed in marriage. They just have a general hope of how to succeed in relationship and marriage. Now, and this came up, when I was counseling someone some time ago, and she was telling me about her woes in her marriage, and I asked her a very important question: what was your strategy for success in marriage? What was your strategy for success in marriage? Because if you're failing now, it means that whatever strategy that you had to succeed in your marriage was not sufficient, was not good enough, and she was clueless. But in the case of this particular lady, her strategy was money. And you see, this is where you cannot be reactionary when it comes to marriage. You can't, because maybe you think that it was because of lack of money that your mother was oppressed in a marriage. So for you believe that if you have money, then you will succeed in marriage, that you will not be oppressed. But you see, you may not be oppressed, but you might become the oppressor. So success in marriage is not about reacting to the failure of generations that were past. Success in marriage is about consulting the strategy in the scriptures that actually works. You get what I'm trying to say? So, for example, you have to understand the fact that education is not necessarily a strategy for success in marriage. Yes, if your education helps you to learn about how to succeed in marriage, then it will be a good strategy. But education in itself, that you have a certificate, that you are learned, does not mean you will succeed in marriage. Beauty is not a strategy. Being seductive is not a strategy. Seduction, beauty can attract the person, but cannot keep the person. You get what I'm trying to say? So it is very, very important for you to understand that you need a strategy that guarantees that you succeed in marriage. So what does it mean to succeed in marriage? Now, there is a success that is manward. That means a success that is experienced by man, is experienced by you, and is a success that is dictated by God, is perceived by God. So it is possible for someone to for people to think you're successful, and even in yourself, you are not particularly successful. You know that you are not thriving in your relationship and marriage. You get? So that's it too. So for you to actually have the experience of success in your marriage, number one, your marriage or relationship must be peaceful. Yes, peace. Minimal conflict. I will explore that some other time. But for now, let's just leave it at that. Minimal conflict. Number two, joyful. You must have joy in your relationship and marriage. The Bible says that you should rejoice with the wife of your youth. If there's no constant joy, if you have to go outside your marriage to look for joy, there's a problem. Now, I am not saying that your spouse is a source of your joy, but I'm saying that your marriage should have archived joy. Number 3, your marriage should be fruitful. Now, when I'm talking about fruitfulness, I'm not just talking about biological fruitfulness, which is important, and I mean, everyone should be fruitful, but I'm talking about impact. That means your marriage should make a difference in other people's lives, should actually bring about a transformation in the society. You get what I'm trying to say? And that transformation, of course, it can be through our seeds or through our work. So, and then lastly, your marriage must be fulfilling. Your marriage must be fulfilling. You must so enjoy yourself in that marriage. You must feel a sense of satisfaction in the marriage. You cannot, as it were, be unhappy and be, meanwhile, the goal of marriage is not happiness. Happiness is a byproduct of the goal of marriage. The second is God's word. You get what I'm trying to say? And for a marriage to succeed in accordance with God's purpose and plan, first and foremost, the marriage must be ordained by God. That's number 1. And the marriage must fulfill the purpose and plan of God. A marriage that is not purpose-driven cannot be said to have succeeded. You understand? A marriage that is not purpose-driven could not have said to have succeeded. God himself for God himself to be able to say that your marriage has succeeded, it was that you actually fulfill the purpose for which marriage will succeed. So, this is a general idea of what a successful marriage should be like. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, for the strategy for success in marriage. It cannot be money. It cannot be emotions. It has to be that you have studied and have acquired the wisdom necessary to succeed in marriage. By wisdom is a house built. By understanding it is established, and by knowledge the rooms are filled with treasures. Marriage does not succeed by emotions, it succeeds by principles. Marriage does not succeed by superficial things like certificates, like beauty and all those things. It succeeds by depth, by understanding what this institution is about, why it is established, the principles that governs that particular institution. Are you with me? I do marriage counseling, and I talk to people, and I often see that when people struggle in their marriage, and it's often because they don't know the principle. They follow traditions, they follow their personal thinking. They just believe why is my wife not behaving like this? Why is my husband not behaving like this? They don't really understand how that institution was created and how it was meant to function. You get what I'm trying to say? So, by the grace of God, in this YouTube channel, which I have decided to call Mentored for Marriage, I'm going to be taking you through the different dimensions, the different principles that make for a successful marriage. If you have questions, I will be answering those questions. Just drop the questions on the comment section, and try and share with other people. I'm also going to drop my contact in case you need counseling, in case you need help with your relationship, from singlehood to being even in the midst of that relationship to your marriage. And I have 2 books right now already published. If there are other books, I will always update them, but I have 2 books online that you can read. One is The Love Chemistry, and the other is making right premarital choices. That is all you need to read to actually choose the right life partner. So, until the next video, I want you to understand this. You don't succeed in marriage by assumptions. You succeed in marriage and relationship by wisdom. And in all that getting, get understanding. My name is Ayo Garuba, and I'm your relationship coach and marriage mentor. God bless you.